Hi everyone! Congratulations on your acceptance to Foxcroft School. My name is Lauren Lewis, Director of Access and Inclusion and Senior Associate Director of Enrollment. Shortly you'll be hearing voices from students as well as the Office of Student Life to share a little bit more about our Foxcroft community. What drew me here to Foxcroft School is that we live up to our mission, where our girls find their unique voices and they're able to share it with the community and the world. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the admission office. Enjoy the video, and we hope to see you in the fall. Go Foxes!
Hi everyone, I'm Seminan and I'm a senior at Foxcroft. There's so many traditions at Foxcroft and I definitely love all of them, but if I had to choose one, I would choose International Week. International Week is a week in February when we celebrate different cultures and have lots of opportunities to perform and have different cultural experiences. Actually, before I came to Foxcroft, I have never had a chance to talk to anyone who's from different countries or who has a different background. But International Week definitely helped me a lot for me to learn and enjoy so many different cultures around the world. It's like the whole world is in the Foxcroft community. Especially, I'm one of the heads of Global Cultures Club, which organizes the whole week. I always have so much fun organizing the all the events and seeing students and faculty members to enjoying the whole week.
Hi guys, my name's Hayes. I'm a senior here at Foxcroft. I absolutely love Foxcroft so much, and that's why I love participating in any admissions events, different things like that, to share Foxcroft with different students. So I hope I can help you today. So the question I'm answering is about the sleeping porches. So we sleep differently from where we study. It's kind of a little bit strange, and we're kind of like a one and the only school that does it. But you guys can see we're kind of packed up a little bit for spring break, so not a lot of our decorations are out because we have to pack up, which is so sad. But everything will be back up soon. So in my room, I have like a little shelf, and then I have a dresser. We have a bathroom and a closet, different things like that. Like I can show you what my closet looks like. This is just an example of what one closet may look like. Other dorms, it's a little bit different. And now I'm going to take y'all to the sleeping porch. So to get to the sleeping porch, we have to leave my room. So I have to put on my mask to go in the hallway. But that's just a COVID thing. And then we have like just across the hallway, like our hallway, is another door. And you walk in and you have a sleeping porch. So as you can see, we have different beds in here that students can sleep in. In other dorms, there are normally bunk beds, but because this dorm's a little small and there's not a lot of students, we don't have bunk beds, and each student can have their own bed. But we just sleep differently from where we study. I absolutely love sleeping porches. I'm a senior, so I have my bed in my room. So we have it's a senior privilege, but my roommates and I love sleeping porches so much that we continued the same thing. And like we have another room because there's 3 of us, and our one room's a little small. So we have our beds in here, and I'll show you around. So here, and ignore my packing, but this is what our little sleeping porch looks like. So we just have a door, and that connects to everything like that. We could have had our beds in this room, but we wanted to continue the idea of sleeping differently from where we study because it's actually beneficial. And then you don't have to have the conflict with your roommates when saying, oh, I'm gonna go to bed. Can you guys like turn off the lights or like do your homework in a different room, different things like that. You don't have to worry about that because you just go into the different area and that's where you're sleeping. And also we have a technology free zone in the sleeping porch, so you can't bring your phone in. You use a digital alarm clock. And that's how you'll wake up in the morning. So you really get the sleeping porches just for sleeping. No Snapchat. You don't have to worry about lights, different things like that. Always quiet. I absolutely love it.
At Foxcroft, there's tons of leadership opportunities for everyone, regardless of experience. There are several elected positions for each class, and those are class president, class vice president, class representative, who goes to student council meetings and represents the needs and wants of that class. And then there are 2 historians who take photos, collect photos, and create a scrapbook at the end of the year to memorialize that class and that year. And then there other positions which are more like chosen positions. So there's club heads and co-heads. That's something that if you find a club that you're really interested in or are interested in starting your own club, you can be chosen as the head or co-head of that club. Obviously, if you start the club, then you're going to be the head of the club, but it just kind of depends. And then there also is dorm leadership. So there's whips in the dorms who are first year. RAs is kind of the similar, what I can equate that to being a whip or prefect. And then prefects are the second year, typically senior leaders on dorm, and they just help the adult on duty, kind of make sure people are checking in on time, doing, following the rules, etc., etc. And so while those positions are kind of elected or chosen by other members in the community, there are a lot of other ways that you can show your leadership on campus, whether that be just leading by example, or like being a leader in a group project. There are tons of ways. If you don't think you're a leader, there are tons of ways that you can sharpen and strengthen those skills outside of being an elective officer or being a club head or on dorm, but you can also always participate in those things regardless of experience. It's a great way to like learn how to do things. I'm the junior class president this year, and I'm co-head of a club called Athletic Association, which is kind of the school spirit club on campus. And so both of those have allowed me to kind of grow and change and become a better leader. And they're really awesome. I'm super passionate about both of those things, being the junior class president and being a co-head of a club that I really enjoy being a part of. And then going off of the dorm prefect thing, there are 5 dorms on campus. There's Reynolds, which is the freshman dorm, which I, as a junior, am a whip in right now. That's where I am. And then there's Stewart, Dillon, and Orchard, which are dorms for all upperclassmen. Anyone can live there. After your freshman year, you can pick your roommates and pick where you live, or at least rank them in order of which one you want the most. Sometimes you don't get your first choice. And then there's Applegate, which is sometimes a senior dorm, and it's sometimes not a senior dorm. It really just depends on the senior class and what they want. But if it's not a senior dorm, then any upperclassman can live in there. But if it is a senior dorm, then only seniors can live in there.
At Foxcroft, clubs are a really important aspect of each student's life. I think there are well over 20 clubs on campus that range from athletic to artistic to even my own club, which is all about classics and ancient languages and ancient cultures. There really isn't anything at Foxcroft that you can't do, and you can always join a club or make one that suits your interests. For example, there is a club fair at the beginning, and that gives everybody a chance to learn about what different clubs are on campus, and it's really easy to get involved. Club heads are always more than excited to engage new students and sign them up. I would also say that the process for making a new club is actually really easy. When I was making my classics club, there was a lot of pre-planning to do, but it was all there so that I would be ready to hit the ground running once I got permission to start my official club through student council. We're also really grateful that each club has the opportunity to apply for a grant and receive money upwards of $500 from student council. This is a really generous opportunity and way for students to get their club involvement even higher and also be able to engage in activities that might be more costly and require extra help from the school. I can also speak on behalf of other students that club activities are really central, especially during COVID when we can't leave campus. So many clubs on our campus are offering weekend courses to be able to earn badges and learn about new things that you wouldn't necessarily learn in the classroom. Clubs are a way for people to get involved through leadership as well, and once you're a junior or sometimes even a sophomore in certain cases, you can apply to be a club head or assistant head. And it's a great way to bond with girls who have similar interests as you and also be able to flex your leadership skills as you get older. As a boarding school, one of the most important places on campus is probably the dining hall. Especially if you're someone who is a boarder, you rely on the dining hall for all 3 meals and your snacks as well. Personally, I love the Foxcroft Dining Hall because of its variety and attention to students' dietary needs. For example, I don't eat meat and I also can't eat dairy, so there are a lot of foods that I can't eat, but I never feel that at the dining hall I can only eat lettuce and I'm restricted. The Foxcroft Dining Hall is very, very helpful, and they also work with students to provide meals that we genuinely like and that we can enjoy within our dietary restrictions. What's also really helpful is the Foxcroft Dining Hall has its own website, so you can look ahead in the week and see what kind of foods are available and what kind of foods fit and don't fit into your diet. I also like that there is a variety. I think I touched on this a little bit before, but I don't really think that I've actually had the same meal in the same week or maybe even in a 2-week span. There's always something new on the menu that people can enjoy, and there's also a great variety of snacks that they provide throughout the day so you don't ever have to go hungry in between meals. Right now I'm filming this during International Week, which is actually one of my favorite weeks on campus. It's all about learning about different cultures, and part of the way that we do that is through providing students with food from across the world at the dining hall. Just now, I had an amazing dinner that was Indian themed, and I was able to enjoy some samosas with friends, and some friends who had never tried samosas before ended up falling in love with them. And the dining hall is very careful about working with the students to be able to recreate their home dishes as realistically as possible. A couple nights ago, I was able to enjoy some really good Japanese cuisine that reminded me of home. And I also really like that the dining hall staff is very close with the students. At the end of the year, I think every student can feel that when they walk through the hotline or go to the salad bar, they'll be able to recognize and even strike up conversation with the dining hall staff, and the dining hall staff do end up knowing each student's dietary needs, which I think makes Foxcroft Dining Hall super.
Hi everyone, I'm Seminan and I'm a senior at Foxcroft. When I first came to Foxcroft as an international student, I was really worried that I might feel homesick because it was my first time to be away from my family who's thousands of miles away in Korea. However, looking back, I don't think I've ever felt really homesick, and that's primarily because there's always someone to talk to, like my friends, teachers, dorm parents, dorm leaders, and everyone at Foxcroft community. The Foxcroft community really feels like a family, so living at Foxcroft is just like a home away from home. So if you have ever worried about feeling homesick by going to a boarding school like Foxcroft, you don't have to worry about it. There's always someone to talk to and spend a great time with you.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Ross. I'm Assistant Dean for Residential Life, and one of my jobs is to advise our Student Activities Committee. And that Student Activities Committee helps to plan and organize weekend events for students on campus. In a normal year, we're taking lots of trips off campus to shopping malls, to eat out at restaurants, grocery shopping, bowling, movies, roller skating. One of the most favorite off-campus events is when we visit King's Dominion, which is a theme park, roller coasters, carnival rides, things like that. And I think it's a special favorite because we meet up with other boarding schools at that event. So the students get a chance to meet new people and or see friends that they knew from other schools. So when we're on campus, we have a really active student club program. So a lot of the on-campus events are planned and run by our own students. So it guarantees that they're going to be fun because nobody knows what fun is like a teenager. And so it's not only fun, but students running those organizations and clubs are getting excellent leadership experience, management, marketing, all of those skills. So weekend activities are a huge part of our culture on campus, and I hope you guys get to experience it.
Advice I have for future Foxcroft girls is to just embrace the Foxcroft community. Our community is so supportive, and it's just like so amazing, and you get to be so close with all the different people here on campus, whether they're day students, boarders, seniors, or juniors, or different grades, anything like that, because you have sports teams with them, clubs with them, classes, Foxhound, which is a tradition that you may hear a little bit more about in another video. But you have all these different opportunities. So I would say get involved with the community and take every opportunity you can to bond. Don't just sit in your room and watch Netflix, different things like that. I did that my freshman year and I really regretted it. But then I started signing up for some weekend activities like apple picking with our head of school, different things like that. And I got to meet some other girls and I really got to expand like my friendships and relationships and things like that. And I really am so happy I did that because I got to, get to know other people and then also like serve my community in a way and like kind of have some fun activities, whether it would be in service or watching a movie together, different things like that. And it was just really fun. And like also we have open mic nights, so like it's just like a mic on the stage and you get to go up, you can sing a song, read a poem, do slam poetry, tell a story, different things like that. And it's really fun to hear like everyone embracing it and like saying like, whoa, that's my new girl, that's my old girl, that's my roommate, different things like that. We like cheer each other on with like a whoa and things like that. It's kind of called like a Foxcroft woo. So I would just say like keep a positive attitude and embrace it. Like don't be like, oh my gosh, that's so lame, like why do we have to cheer everyone on, different things like that. Like if you cheer people on, it's just like because it's a loving community and supportive community, so you're embracing that. And so it would be like my word of advice is just embrace it, welcome it, and always keep that positive attitude because it's so easy to here. There's not much things to be really negative about. So yeah, I hope to possibly see you as a Foxcroft future Foxcroft student. So yay!